For either of you, just think it was 12-0 in overtime. What changed particularly on the defensive end that you were able to handle Nebraska?
Yeah, I mean, we're built for moments like those. We always have been. We take a lot of pride, in being, the better conditioned team when the game gets going down the stretch in the fourth quarter and even in overtime situations. And we take a lot of pride in our ability to, shift into that extra gear. And I thought we did a really good job of that tonight.
Mackenzie, you had a double-double tonight. Talk about your play against Markowski going inside because, you have to battle with her and Mendelson when Markowski got those fouls and Mendelson had to come in for.
Yeah, I mean, I knew I was going to have my work cut out for me in that game with Markowski because she's a really good player. She can play inside, she can play outside. So I knew I was going to have to bring it on the defensive end tonight. And we really repped it in practice, and I thought that our defensive help was there when she put the ball on the floor. So I thought we did an all-around great team effort guarding her tonight.
Sydney, obviously it was a tough night shooting the ball from three-point range. I mean, how tough is it to keep shooting when so many of them aren't going in, and how big was it to finally see one go down in the fourth quarter like that?
Yeah, I mean, as a shooter, you go through slumps, and it's kind of hard once I think I missed like 4 or 5 straight in a row. But at halftime and even in the fourth quarter, I missed one. I airballed one, and Coach Moran said, just keep shooting, keep shooting. So just knowing that she has that confidence in me really just gives me the confidence to keep shooting the ball.
Yeah, Sydney, piggybacking off of that last big three that you made, what was going on in your head the moment before you stepped up to take that shot?
Well, we have repped that play over and over again in practice, and like I said, the fact that Coach Moran was willing to have the confidence in me to run that play to me, it just gave me more confidence to shoot it and know I can knock it down. So it really starts from her.
For either of you guys, 2 Big Ten games, does it feel like everything's going to be a war every time you have a league conference game? And
yeah,
Michigan State came on strong. These guys obviously played very well.
Yeah, I mean, we are 4 games in now in the Big Ten, and, we can't take anyone for granted. Every win is important, especially with the strength of the conference this year. So we got to get those wins on the road like we should have at Michigan State. But now that we just have to work a little bit harder because we know that every night it's gonna be a battle.
Sydney, I guess I'll ask you this. Yarden was a real catalyst in overtime. She had, I think, 2 steals and a block. Can you tell me how important it is to feed off an effort like that and just that gets the juices flowing a little bit?
Yeah, Yarden was great defensively in that overtime, and I think sometimes they look at me and Yarden on the defensive ends like attack and stuff, and just seeing that we can get stops, we can make big plays and knocking down free throws, and just showing we're the tougher team no matter the athletic ability that we have on the defensive end. Mm-hmm. We'll still get stops and steals and listen to game plan and do what the coaches tell us to do.
Mm-hmm. Mackenzie, obviously the Michigan State game was the first loss you guys took as a team with such a new team. Just how did you see everybody respond to that loss in the days after that? And then I guess how big is it after having that happen to pull out a game like this?
Yeah, I think, after that loss, as much as it stung in the moment, I knew, the next day that it was going to be one of those losses that were going to help us in the long run. We learned from it. We watched film. We owned up to the mistakes that we made because everyone had mistakes throughout the course of the game. So I think it takes some pride, putting your pride aside to own up to the mistakes that we made throughout that game. And, owning up to it is for the better of the team. And I think everyone took ownership and just helped us propel into our preparation for this game.